Hi everyone, it's Blair here with Ocean View Home and Garden, and today I thought I'd give you a little lesson on planting fall bulbs in the ground. In my previous video I did a lesson on planting in containers, but they're slightly different, so I thought I would do a video of each. I've prepped a spot between this rock and this light post by the walkway here. I think these tulips are going to look really nice coming up in the spring in this location. So there's a couple ways you can plant your bulbs. You can plant individual holes, so one bulb per hole. You can plant them in trenches, in lines, and that will give you perfect lines when they come up. Or my preferred method is planting in mass. I find it faster and easier, and then they won't look quite as symmetrical as what a trench would. So I've dug a hole probably about 1.5 foot by 1.5 foot, and I've dug it deep enough that it will be 3 times as deep as the bulb is thick, because that's how deep you want to plant your bulb. So they say to plant 1 tablespoon of bone meal per bulb. So I'm going to spoon some of the Fafard transplanter in here. It's bone meal as well as some other nutrients mixed into here. I'm kind of going to shake it in. If you're planting individual bulbs, you want to put 1 tablespoon in each hole, but since I'm planting it in mass, I'm going to mix it in there. I'm going to put quite a bit because I'm planting quite a few bulbs in here. I'm going to lightly mix that into the soil. So now it's time to plant the bulbs. You're going to want to plant them pointy side up because that is where the shoot and the flower is going to come out of, and the flat side is where the root's going to come through. So you're going to want to put that flat side through the bottom. Some bulbs, it is hard to tell, and if you're unsure which is the top and which is the bottom, plant them on their side. The shoot will grow up and find the top of the soil and come out. So don't worry about that. In the ground, you're going to plant them a little bit farther apart than you would if they were in a container. Check the tag just to make sure what it says for that particular bulb that you chose. But generally around 4 to 6 inches apart is my preference. So now that all the bulbs are planted, I'm going to fill it back in. There you have it. It is all filled in. This soil is moist enough. If the soil was dry, you're going to want to water it and moisten the soil a bit, but this soil is definitely moist enough. I'm not going to bother watering it, but if the soil does get too dry, you're going to want to give it water because they don't want to be too wet, but they also don't want to be too dry. But that is it. So now you're going to have some beautiful color in the spring. You won't regret it. You will be happy that you planted these bulbs in the fall. And thank you guys so much for watching.